Good morning, guys. How are you doing? My voice is still not up and running, but I won't give up. We're waiting for Sarah to join us. She's going to talk about upcoming eclipses. As we all know, the intensity and disruption. Hi, Sarah. She's here. The disruption is happening this week is strong until upcoming eclipses are coming. So, sure, I think everybody just needs to wait to take care. Hi, good morning.
Hi, good morning. What time is it over there?
So it's 9:30. This is 9:30. I'm in New York zone.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought you were like in different time zone for whatever reason. So,
Yeah, I
good
know.
morning to
I
you.
do have Croatian accent. I did live in Croatia, but I moved to Canada 7 8 years ago. So I'm just by Niagara Falls. So
Awesome.
uh, yeah.
Uh,
Well,
on in the morning. I was like, oh wow, she's always on in the morning. So I thought maybe you were like in your.
no. We have Thanksgiving here today in Canada. So that's why I have a day off. So because I still do have a full-time job doing
Oh,
astrology, doing a bunch of stuff. Um, yeah, well, I want to thank you first of all for making the time. I know that you're very busy and you have a lot of on your plate, so thank you very much. I appreciate it. It was nice to meet you as well in person. Yeah, I've been watching you and watching your lives and your reels and everything, but to talk to somebody in person is special. And I apologize for my voice.
oh,
Yeah, I mean, Saturn is going through my sixth house, hitting all my Gemini stellium that I have in, so it's squaring everything. Moon, Mercury, Sun, just ongoing. For next 2 years, I'm just like,
I and I had my solar return this year. I had a sixth house stellium, and had a lot of here. So nothing. I mean, like it's been one thing, like one major thing after another, but it does like teach you how to take care of yourself better, right?
yeah,
And definitely actually take time for yourself. So, it's there for what, for the next like 2.5 years for you in the
yeah,
sixth house. Yes.
yeah. And then it's coming in midheaven because I have Mercury and Moon at 2 degrees, and Sun at 13, and midheaven in 28. So it's gonna be active all
Oh,
the time. Because with the retrogrades and stuff, it's just it keeps moving there. But we will survive. So if we embrace Saturn, he will reward us at the
oh,
end. So
absolutely.
thank you very much. I know this. I was just telling before you came in how intense and disruptive this whole week is with many different things. And with the upcoming eclipse, it's just going to be a highlight, I think, of everything. So just if you could just start with that, tell us what do you feel the energy is now and upcoming to the 14th where the eclipse occurs. Well, what do you feel? What do you think
Yeah.
this week is going to be all
Um,
about?
you know, of course, as astrology, we sometimes we don't want to be right. When it comes to
Mm,
relationships are getting better and love is in the air and money's getting better. That we want to give you guys that news, okay? But just like weather forecasts, when we see there's a storm coming, we're not going to be dishonest with you and say, oh, like, everything's great. That's toxic positivity, right? We
yeah,
cannot say that everything's great when it's not great. That doesn't mean things don't have to be amazing on a personal level. But there's just so many intense changes for the collective. And of course, it's going to translate to a personal level depending on what's going on in your chart. Okay. So if you have cardinal placements, cardinal is Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorn, especially at the last decan, so between 20 and 29 degrees, you're going to be feeling it more than the rest of everybody else. Okay. So that doesn't just mean sun, moon, rising. If you have any placements, I'm going to turn on my light in my kitchen. It's not going to be okay. Um, you're going to be feeling it intensely. You're going to feel some intensity. Why is that? Because Pluto right now is at 27 degrees. It's about to go direct tomorrow on the 10th. Okay. And Capricorn represents 10th house energy. Okay. So it's like the irony of all ironies is that it's on a 10-10 portal. Okay. Which is a completion, right? A full on completion of a chapter, which this is the last time Pluto will go direct in Capricorn, really for the rest of our lives, for another
yeah,
200, right? So nobody is that existing on the earth plane now will see that in this incarnation form.
yeah.
And Capricorn is all about governmental structures, institutional structure. So there's a lot changing. And with this square to Mars and Libra, right now during this week, it's still going to be very potent coming up to the eclipse season. Mars is war, okay? And we don't like to talk about these things. And I know it's very harsh stuff because spiritual people always like to, it's like, oh, let's talk love and light, blah. Well, yes, we can send prayers, we can send good vibes, we can, do meditation. Point is there's literal war right now on this planet. There's a literal physical war that's very spiritually based because it's based on old spiritual ties, right? It's ancient spiritual ties between the Israelis and Palestinians. And we're not going to talk about sides on here because I know everybody has their own conviction, but it is a spiritual wound. It's ancestral wounding, and we're seeing it acted out on a grand scale, and it will have a ripple effect because of how the world is set up politically. And what that looks like, I'm not going to prophesize on here because I don't want to scare people. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I certainly don't want to be right. But U.S. is also going through our final Pluto return here at 27 because Pluto retrograded, and then so we're back to 27. We all the way in Pluto and Aquarius, and Pluto will be finally back in Aquarius for, whole entire 20, I think it's like 23 years or something, 23-year term starting in February. So the whole entire vibe will completely change, generational vibe, right? Pluto and Aquarius is all about taking technology and trying to, use it for the betterment or perhaps the destruction of humanity, depending on, what energy you're using.
So, I like that. I like the word humanity. Yeah, it's going to be about humanity, not about structures and governments, about humans. More.
And the last time Pluto was in Aquarius, the French Revolution happened. So it's all about what was called the bourgeoisie, which is the educated class, taking over the elites because the elites were completely out of touch, right? Louis the 14th, I think it's 14th.
Oh yeah.
Marie Antoinette being let them eat cake, like they had no connection. And then with like they have no connection, no Terminator, right, Joe? They have no connection. They're completely out of touch with the middle class or the working class or really anybody else besides
the same thing is happening now. With the prices. I'm just looking at the price of the housing and rents and the income. If you look at the last 30 years, how it's not going together. Like this is like, it's ridiculous when you look at all these graphs and statistics. It's just ridiculous, so crazy.
Sorry guys, I'm eating my breakfast.
It's okay. Enjoy this is informal. I like it. I'm a Gemini. I'm a strong Gemini. I like it spontaneously and fun and childlike. Don't worry.
Gemini North Node, so in the 5th house. So I just like, come into my office, come into my home with me. That's how it is. We're inauthentic because you're the same way. So
yeah. That's I know that but you are a strong Capricorn. I know, so I think you feel this energy more than some other people because, right? Unfortunately,
I have a son, so Pluto on off and on, like really like on my son for the past 2.5, 3 years. And I remember when I saw Pluto would be in this exact conjunction with my son, I actually asked one of my astrologer friends, I said, am I going to die? Because if you Google conjunction sun, it says death. And I'm like, what? And like at that time I wasn't like, as advanced. And they're like, no, this just means like a complete rebirth for you.
Yeah.
So yes, birth for me. And especially because it's in my first house has been especially intense. So anybody else who has, a January 15th through January like 19th birthday, we're all like hanging on to it. We're really hanging on to it. And then I also have a Cancer moon. So,
Aww. Is that that opposition that is holding you? Yeah, I know. But one thing I know about Capricorns, they're not giving up. They are. No, I swear, this is the energy of not giving up, and how, as much as tough as it gets, they keep going, and they're survivors, absolutely. So, although it's hard, guys, I know, I mean, Libras are also getting hit as well, I mean, with all this a lot, so, but I don't feel that as tough as they, as Capricorns, although they want to be, but anyway, different story. Different story.
We love everybody.
No, I love every sign. I love every sign. I mean, each one of us have each sign somewhere in our horoscope, so we feel the energy just through different things.
Yeah.
Cool.
So definitely be, this is a
Okay.
time in humanity. Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's talk about this eclipse. So I know we have this intensity and this destructive energy all week long, and then the 14 will come. Ta-da! So what will happen? I know many planets are involved in this 14th eclipse, right?
Yeah, but it's the most influential thing that I'm seeing in there, even though it's a 21-degree eclipse, okay?
Yeah.
21, it is squaring, it's still squaring Pluto.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
To me, it's like, all right, not only, eclipses are always about change, and we just had, this south node with Mars. So there's a lot of this intensity and breaking of karmic contracts, which, that's a Libra eclipse anyways. In the new moon in this new cycle. But with that square to Pluto, it's like, okay, this new influx of energy is coming in, and it's not going to be necessarily an easy change for us. That's what I keep on getting. It's not like, oh, zippity doo dah, zippity, there's eclipses like that.
Yeah.
So to this, it's like I feel like this is like a very discomforting thing, and we all have to learn how to deal with these energies and integrate them, because also like with Venus, and Venus was in Leo for like what, like I think since like May or June, and then all of a sudden we
Yeah.
Virgo too. So it's like we're dealing with all these new energies and how to integrate them. So we all have to really like ground during this time and not, like be in I guess like heated discussions. I don't think this is a heated discussion at all. This is more of like a inviting discussion, but with people who really just want to like throw down, showdown. Like, what is your intention? So it's like keep your peace at this time, because it's not a peaceful time. It's not like here it is. Like let's get our abundance. Let's start our business. It's more like, okay,
No.
I have to figure out my now. That's where we're all at. Like, how do I integrate these energies so that I can like go on and do my best in this next chapter? That's where we're at.
I do. Yeah, I do feel that with the North Node in Aries, people are going to be more thinking about what is the justice for them. Is it fair for me? What kind of relationship I'm in? I don't want to. It doesn't serve me anymore. I'm just afraid with this. I'm thinking about with Venus moving to Virgo, they're going to be more even picky. They're going to go into details of how they relate with others, and like this little thing doesn't work, and they're going to dismiss everything. Like this, I feel that a lot of dismissive energies in the air as well. Like just because of one little mistake, I don't appreciate anything you did.
Right.
Like kind of that kind of feeling.
Like, yes, ungrateful, I think is what
Yeah.
you're saying. And
Yeah.
with Venus opposing Saturn this week, there's a lot of that too. Like, I'm going to punish you for not giving me what I want. And we have Lilith that just Black Moon Lilith that just moved into Virgo. So it's like I want to control what you're doing instead of focusing on what I'm supposed to be doing. Right.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I don't know. I talked to many of my friends and clients, and lots of breakups for many different reasons.
Yeah.
Even for money, I find that money is a common reason for breakup recently, because people are just I don't know how much I give into the relationship, not just me. Oh, I pay for this much. I pay for this. The people are now trying to, because it's crazy, right? So I feel that it's a lot of emphasis on that as well.
That's because when Venus and Leo went retrograde, people started realizing their self-worth and maybe like how much currency, even if it wasn't just physical money, right? Like dollars, but like how much energy they were putting to something versus the other person, their partner.
Yeah, it's a lot about that. A lot about, and the whole, the whole year and a half with this North Node in Aries, we want to be going towards our authenticity. Who are we? We want to go like gain power again. And with Pluto squaring, we want to regain our power back, and control of our lives somehow. That's why all these revolutions and everything is going to come up eventually, because we don't want to feel empowered. Powerless anymore. We want to be empowered. That's how I feel. This eclipse, we're gonna.
Agree with you. And I think the issue is like with Libra, right? Libra is all about partnerships, right? So we have like this eclipse, and then that some partnerships in. It doesn't matter if it's like a marriage, a romantic relationship, or just a really close friendship, business partnership. whatever.
Mhm.
It's because, like we're saying, that people want that power, but it's like we have to, because Libra is about balance. We have to say, okay, like, what is my part in this? And having that accountability, using that Aries energy, that North Node energy in a healthy way,
Yes.
integrating that way instead of like
Yeah.
saying all about me, which is like the lower vibe of Aries, right? Like it's all about me and how did I get hurt and how am I just gonna like snap, crackle, pop, react to this, right?
Yes.
But it is, a lot of people do that. Like I'm just gonna, because that's that lower vibrational of Aries. But the higher octave of Aries is saying, okay, listen, I'm going to take into account that I did A, B, and C, and now I'm going to, you know, I guess like understand how I can be empowered by not giving my power away instead of
Yeah.
just off.
Yeah. That's true. I had a live with Pernell the other day. He was talking about Mars and Libra as a South Node conjunction, and he was talking about investments. What is a good investment and what is a bad investment about people? For example, when in ancient times, when we were in a tribe, if you didn't have a skill to contribute to that tribe, let's say, you were not a good investment. So this is also a thing. And that's how I feel with today. Like, if you want to be your Aries, you have to have some kind of a skill. You have to, you can't just show off and do. You have to, this is the higher octave of Aries. You have to have some kind of a skill to be a good investment in the relationship, right? It's not just about me, and because this is now the time to figure it out what it is, and because we can't succeed alone. I feel you always need others, right? So
Yeah, it's like, what do you bring to the table?
yes, what do you bring to the team? Yeah,
How could we work as a team? Because an Aries
yeah,
is in their highest vibration. They're really good team leaders. Absolutely, because they see like this person's gifts, that they're like this is what they, and I'm just gonna help delegate and like be the coach. That's what I think of like a highly evolved Aries is. They're a really good coach.
yeah. Absolutely, I like that. Even a captain of a team, being the captain and showing by example. You also have to show by example, right? I like that idea. Yeah, so this eclipse is going to be about that. And the other one, the lunar one, we're going back and finishing up our Scorpio Taurus story, which was which was hard for so many people in the last year and a half for fixed signs. So this is like the finishing up, guys. Whatever you had with your values and other people's money and everything that you shared, resources, and what is your value and your property and money and investments as well, more tangible. I think it's gonna also be very important.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and that's 5 degrees, and you know fives
Yeah.
are big changes. So
Mm-hmm.
that one I haven't memorized what's going on with that one as much, but that's,
I'll tell you.
yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. But yeah, like, yeah, thinking about like,
So we have Scorpio. We are moving from Libra stellium, from this solar eclipse, to the lunar that is going to be all in Scorpio. So we're going to have Mars, Mercury, Sun, South Node, Pallas Athena, and Ceres. Oh no, Pallas. No. Okay, no. So we have Sun, Mercury, Mars, and Ceres in Scorpio, from 5 to 18 degrees. So we have like the whole stellium, and Jupiter is going to be the moon on the other side.
mm,
So yeah, so it's going to be like that, and then you have a Uranus just a little bit beside them.
yeah,
Still in Taurus, so this is still opposite of Scorpio, right? So October is a rocking. It is a rocking. I swear to God, it is
like,
crazy.
yeah,
Yeah, and yeah. So a lot of I think Mars and Scorpio is going to switch. The energies, and Mercury. So it's going to be a lot of, we'll see how. I think many secrets might come up
that's
as well.
I channel this thing. I forgot what day it is, but there's a day this week. I don't remember which one. My subscribers, because I do weekly for my subscribers. I said,
Mhm.
I said this week I think there's that. It was like maybe it's like right before the new moon that I think the secrets are gonna come out. And leading up
Oh yeah.
Scorpio, that would make total sense. But especially when we have that Sun and Mercury in Libra squaring um, Pluto. I think what is that like next week? I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, next week. It's like that's gonna be that's going to get real quick, and people are just going to have to become a container for your own energy, but a safe container.
Yeah.
It's just Sun square Pluto is not an easy energy to have, because this is what that makes me. It's like holding something in for a very long time, and the pot just boiling over. It's like, well, we thought that was on a simmer for a long. No. That person was holding and waiting, holding and waiting.
Especially Sun in Libra. Sun in Libra squaring Pluto, guys. Especially, I feel that, they're gonna, because they want to be nice, everything, and then all of a sudden you just, you feel the rage of Libra, which can be very, very harsh. Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I think I've experienced it. Huh?
Oh yeah, yeah. I always say, I sometimes really appreciate, Capricorn's or Sagittarius bluntness, or, just tell me in my face. It's easier than, I don't know what's going on. And all of a sudden, like, what happened? I wasn't aware, right?
What? Like, I did not expect. Yeah.
Right? Just tell me, send me to hell, whatever you want. Like, say F off, whatever. Just tell me so I know what I'm dealing with. I don't, because we are all in our own minds, right? We do our own stuff. Sometimes, as much as we try to understand the other people and be aware, I'm lots of air. I'm all in my mind. So sometimes I don't feel what others, if they don't say it, if they don't communicate with me, I don't sometimes hear it. I to be honest, right? So
Daughter, who's a Gemini, said that to me last night too. She's 12, so 12 years going for all sorts of stuff with 12. She's like, sometimes she's like, I don't understand, why is it that people's words don't match their actions? Oh, that's a thing.
yeah, but I like to communicate about it, whatever it is. Just tell me, I can deal with it, right? So yeah, so Sun square Pluto is going to be on the 21st. So that was going to be next Saturday, not next, the week, 2 weeks after, a weekend. And then we're going to have Mercury changing sign to Scorpio. So it's going to be intense weekend as well in 2 weeks. I mean, the whole October is just, I don't know, the whole October is just, you never know. Right?
You don't know, and you need to make sure that you're okay with you. And this goes for any month. I don't care if the astrology or ring, basically nothing doing. You have to be okay with you. You have to be solid. You have to be on solid ground, or else these energies are just, don't just like take you away like a kite. We don't need to be taken away like a kite, fly here, fly there. You have to be on solid ground. So you're not.
Yeah, I love it. This is true Capricorn talking to you guys. You have to stay grounded. But but you always have to have at least 1 foot on the ground. Otherwise, you don't do anything. It's just right. Yeah. I don't know. I hope. Yeah. So the cardinal signs are getting hit. I hope they survive this whole eclipse. Yeah. Also, you know what? It's going to be in conjunction between Uranus and Neptune, this annular eclipse as well. So it's going to be like this irritation. You want to break free, but you can't, or escape. You want to escape from the issues, but you won't be able to. So this is the facing time. I feel that you won't be able to. It's going to be annoying, at least.
Yeah. And part of it is, I don't know if you've noticed it, Jasmina, but like the positivity thing is like, it's absolutely like that. It's a pandemic in the spiritual community, toxic positivity. All right, here's the situation. Like, we're not saying to you that the world is going to be like imploded, like the end of the world. No. So like people are taking things to extremes, and that's another issue right now with a lot of people in the community. It's like, all right, we see that these energies are literally manifesting on a global scale conflict, right? And we're trying to tell you guys, like, okay, we're going to help you try to like navigate these stormy times, and we're trying to assist you with that. Now, if we just told everybody like it doesn't happen, doesn't exist, go hide and turn off everything, it's like the energies are still going to hit you. you can't run from that. I think that's what you were saying with the Uranus in conjunction Neptune. We can't run from the truth. We can't run from these energies. We need to make changes. We need to integrate whatever this is, because we're stepping into, right before Pluto in Aquarius here, we're stepping into a brand new world. It's really true.
Yeah.
It's a world. And we've been with Pluto and Capricorn since 2008, which actually has not been that positive. I mean, I guess there's positive things that came out of it, but it hasn't been an easy time for us on a grand scale. So,
No, it wasn't easy.
A lot of unrest and financial unrest.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Excuse me. I do feel that. I don't know. I think I lost my train of thoughts. I was listening to you. What were you saying? Groundness. Oh yeah, spirituality. So Saturn in Pisces. This is why we have all this. There's no boundaries. I feel that many people say Saturn in Pisces gives us some kind of boundaries. I feel there's no boundaries in this sense, and everybody's all over the place. Yep. I understand meditation. I understand we have to get centered and we need to be, but also you have to be practical. I'm also Virgo rising. So, practicality, it's important, right? We can't just leave it, if we just pray or if we just meditate, everything's going to be okay. It's not. Without action and without actually even facing it, facing everything. I mean, with this Pluto squaring the nodes, also facing your shadows, facing your dark sides.
Yes, absolutely. And integrating
right?
it, and harnessing the shadow way, because we all have it. There's ways to harness and train all of it. And you're absolutely practical action with manifestation. Oh, I'm just going to manifest, $1 million. And really, people say these things. Like, well, it's that they're going to take to manifest. Do you have like a goal sphere? Do you have like a goalpost you're going to hit? So there's the spiritual and there's the practical. It's Saturn and Pisces absolutely asking us to integrate that. It's a must that we.
Yeah, I always talk to people, when I have a client or something, I said, oh, is this my life? I said, no, this is your potential. Your natal chart, this is your, if you don't do anything about it, nothing will happen. They were like, oh, this is my life. No, it's not. I mean, some things are fated because we can't change everything, the circumstances, where we were born, like geography, or if we were born rich or poor, like there's a bunch of stuff that we were fated, let's say, that part is fated, we didn't choose it, okay?
Right. And all that kind of stuff.
But then how we live our life later, our choices, this is just a potential. 100%. If you sit on the sofa all day long and read about something and don't do anything about it, what's the,
Right, it's like looking cook and never cooking anything in the cookbook.
Yes.
Right? So that's what it's like. I love right? Because there are challenges and opportunities. It's like, all right, I see that you have, the sun on your MC. You can have a great thriving career. Well, if you never go to work, then you're done.
Right?
Right. So I said a lot because for whatever reason, it was about 6 months ago, and this has kind of dwindled down. I would get women who are in their 60s and 70s. And a lot of them, were housewives or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I never did that, and I never did this. I'm like, but you could have. And they're like, yeah, but. It was a lot of yeah, but. Okay. There's something I have to learn from this situation, in that all of how old we are, we could be you had all these opportunities and this potential, like you're saying, and you didn't tap in.
I'm talking from my own experience. I had opportunities I didn't use. I went other way, and did I lose something? I don't know. Maybe I needed to go this way to be here where I am today. But when I go back, I could have done some things different. Yeah. Now that I'm thinking, okay, maybe that was a lesson or whatever. But I'm just saying that I wasn't even aware. It just kind of, I wasn't aware when I was younger. It was just, 20s are overrated. To be honest, 20s, overrated.
No, they are. They are. I want to go back. What my skin. If I could just take the skin.
I know, just a physical body, yes, but the wisdom of the 40s. I got it.
Yeah, if only, but then imagine living in your 20s with the wisdom of a 40-year-old, how
Yeah,
hard that would be.
no, that's also no. We had our, I had our fun. I had fun. I can't say it. I had fun, which is important as well. So I guess.
All about how you gain wisdom, life is for learning, all of that stuff. So yeah, but what I get back, yeah, like you're saying, absolutely not. I think life gets better after Saturn return. It does.
Absolutely.
Like, okay, now I get it. I get what I'm supposed to do. For most people, it's like that.
Yeah.
There's people who are like stuck in their Chiron wound, and they
Because you're anxious. You're 23. Oh, I can conquer the world. But you're so anxious. I want to do this. Then you kind of. I think you're not focused and centered enough, right? You're all over like, I want to do this, and you're so ambitious. I mean, it's good that we have the drive and energy,
Oh, yeah.
but I think it's a lot of that energy is wasted because you're scattered. At least maybe from my experience, I don't know. I just feel that you don't know where you are, what you want to do, or what is happening, even in the relationships, right? So, yeah. So many people, even now with this eclipse, are gonna maybe revise and I mean, this Venus actually in Leo going retrograde helped. Many people prepare for this eclipse season, I would say, because they already, right, cleaned up their closets, as I would say.
We would hope that they did it. Yeah. Again, they had the opportunity and the potential to do it.
But yeah, but how many celebrities breakups? I mean, they're always breaking up, but I just felt that it was so much like, or it was just shown to us more. I don't know. I just felt it was a lot.
I saw more than usual too. And I was like, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Like, people like Hugh Jackman and his wife, they've been together. Like,
yes.
that's the one that surprised me. Like, usually I'm like,
Yes.
It doesn't matter. But because I think they've been together, for like 30 something years, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was surprising because they always appeared so in love. And it's like, oh, he's so handsome. Like, I'm surprised, like, he didn't just, play the field. And I'm like, all right, maybe this is his. Oh, where would he be right now? I'm trying to think. I don't know how old he is. He's in his 50s, right? Pretty what astrology.
Yeah. I mean, maybe he's going through his Chiron return.
Oh,
is he maybe? Maybe. I'm just thinking.
It could be.
And I think she's older than him. Maybe she's going through her second Saturn return.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking. I know because she's much older. At least 12 years or something, even more.
Yeah. It could be because like sometimes when women are no longer, they're postmenopausal, it just is what it's not. Every woman's like this, but it's, they're no longer interested in sexual relations anymore, and it's like then it makes you think of your partner differently if sex isn't really on the table, right? So I mean, I'm not saying it's like that for every woman who's postmenopausal. It's like that for a lot of them, and it's like if that's all you have in common is like, wow, we have great sex, and it's like, nah, I don't want to have sex with you anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
For any relationship at any age, I've noticed this. It's like if you don't, hey Monica, if you don't want to have sex with somebody anymore, you're not attracted to them, and you're like, you take sex out of the equation, and you're like, oh,
yeah,
well, like,
right,
I like you as a person. It's like, nah, we're done.
yeah. I know. I feel you. Yeah, I'm just thinking when you go into your teenage years, all you think about is sex, and then because your hormones are up, and now this is the reversal of that, and you're going down, and just sex. It kind of goes. It's funny how being a woman is a cycle. Anyway, I know we are digressing, but I'm a Gemini. I can talk about everything and all the time. So.
Yeah,
it's all connected. It's part of the relationship. People don't think about it, but what is it? It's understanding each other, being kind, compassionate, being, have a good conversation. But sex is also part of it. People don't talk about it as well, right? For all of us, not just for Scorpios. Okay, guys, we're all,
Promises a lot as we aren't attracted to them. If we are attracted, we still do. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and even somebody like Hugh Jackman could become unattractive if their personality flaws start outshining their personality gifts, right? So just like anybody in a relationship, like I think we've all been in relationships like this. Like the person looks real good at first, and then you're super, and they get to know them, and it's like, oh wow, like. Even though you're aesthetically pleasing, like somehow you become like disgusting. So
yeah. No, it is. And this is a good also topic for this eclipse because many people are going to be more aware of that. What is attracting what do I find attractive? Because you change. Actually, you as a person also through life change what you find attractive. You don't find it attractive anymore. So this person that you were living, oh, this is also one of the things that you might, we want to let go of things that don't serve us, even with this attractiveness. I feel that's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess this is more enjoyable to talk about than like, you know, massive scale war and social change. That right? It's more enjoyable.
But it's all connected. Right? It's all connected. It's reflecting, right?
Right. But you know, with that square to Pluto too, it's like it's Libra, right? So it's like this is who we're pairing up with. So it's not just about, you know, karmic contracts and all that. It's like, who do you want to be with? Like maybe this kind of, you know, person is no longer someone you want to be with because your tastes have changed. So yeah. Seriously. Yeah.
Like this is a sobering conversation in the morning. Yeah, we take it. You know, we're gonna have like a Sarah and Jasmina coffee time. We're gonna talk about sex, like stuff like that.
Astrology. Who doesn't like it? But yeah, Mars is going to Scorpio soon. We're gonna have Scorpio season. It's gonna be on people's minds, that's for sure. And there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, it's something we all do, and of course, it's gross and nasty about it. That's another. But,
no, but,
I mean, this is just.
Yeah, I think I like that what you said. It's what we not only what we value, but what we find attractive. It's going to be revised with this eclipse, and that's why we're gonna, you know, find it as well. And also, what are we passionate about? Yeah. You know, are you still passionate about the same things? Because especially if you're mutable, you know, what makes relationships successful in this Scorpio season?
Well, I mean, it's if you guys understand, I think. When you understand somebody at a deep level, they understand you at a deep level. You're not ashamed to, and they're not ashamed either to discuss like their shadow side with you. You've seen them at their worst, and I'm not talking about like an abusive situation. They've seen you at your worst, and yet they're willing to help you. I think that's what always helps, not just during Scorpio season. And so really, Scorpio, like wow, like I've seen my partner at their worst. I've seen them sick. I've seen them, you know, like when they're down, when they're, you know, when they lost their job, whatever it is, and they still love it. So
I think for Scorpios, it's very important one-on-one intimacy. Oh, so you need to spend some time one-on-ones with your loved ones, but really quality time, not just, you know, watching a movie.
Yeah.
Not that time. Yeah. It's a connecting on one-on-one. It doesn't have to be physical. Usually it is, but it doesn't have. Exactly. But you know, exactly some kind of
I'm not
intimacy.
But I have to say this too. Like you can people Scorpio placements and really like almost everybody when you're close with them, like you're just like sitting real close by and having these conversations. It's gonna help people connect, and I think that's what's missing right now is like that one-on-one time in relationships because so many people they're multitasking. You know. People are on their phones. People are on, you know, doing work. So many people work from home right now. I know my husband, you know, he's on the road, but he works from home a lot, and I'm obviously at home. So it's hard. It's hard to have that like intimacy. Make time for intimacy.
Absolutely, I hear you. We have a kid, a 3-year-old, and we have no grandparents around. Everybody's in Europe, so finding time for ourselves. We take a day off during the day and have a date day, not a date night. And we just, you know, put the kid in daycare and go and have, because this is what we need, right? So connecting on that level, you know, I know that the way the modern society is done, we get into physical relationships more quickly today than before, which is okay. I don't have anything against it. It's a good physical activity, to be honest, but you have to understand that you are exchanging energies as well. So it's a connection, and if you don't have a time to connect with somebody on the intimate level like Scorpios do, then it's just, you know, I think we need to get back and find that thing, right? I would say that, right?
Yeah, definitely. I like the date day. Because when you have a 3-year-old, you're just so exhausted at night. You're like, I have nothing left for you.
Yes.
Like I'll just we'll cuddle and we'll fall asleep. That's it. But that's nice too. You need that too.
Yeah. So anyway, so you know, so just maybe think about, guys, how you can connect with somebody, not just superficially or, you know, as I said, I have nothing against that. I think it's also healthy in a way that you are free to express your sexuality freely without any restraints. I think it's good, but also try to find give yourself time to actually get to know somebody. Because Tinder, it just, this one, that one, it just, I don't know. People are just, I feel it's like very dismissive energy. Da, 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 da. I don't think people actually give themselves time to actually get to know about somebody else or them in relationship with somebody else.
Right.
Maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what does it feel like to be with that person on a day-to-day basis? Yeah, that's a whole lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We talk about many different things. Overall, guys, I think we covered this eclipse season as being intense and disruptive, and just watch out for yourselves and your loved ones the way you can. I don't know. But if something doesn't serve you, you don't have to be in a relationship that doesn't serve you in any way anymore.
No,
Right.
no. We're in 2023 at this point, and it's time to really cut those cords and do your karmic cleansing, all of it, and your return to senders and your cord cuttings and your whatever it is, because it's just doesn't belong. We don't have time for that anymore. It's a very busy world, and if you're not raising your own vibrations first, you can have nothing to give to someone else. And if someone's like an energy vampire off of you, their little feed on a daily basis, it's not healthy either. So I think like the cool thing, don't you think, Jasmine, is like we're so much more aware of these things now, like, narcissism, spiritual narcissism, energy vampires, twin flames, soulmate, all of it. Like, we're so much more well acquainted with it that we have support. We have more support than probably like 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years ago.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why I love astrology and all this, because it gives you awareness, it gives you more knowledge or something that you can make better decisions. You didn't know a bunch of stuff. A bunch of stuff was conditioned the way we were grown up, and the way we were brought up by our parents, society, and then you don't have to have these conditions anymore. That's how I feel. It's over. Especially with Pluto and Aquarius, I think this Pluto and Capricorn is dissolving all this conditioning from governments, from corporations, from authority at all, with whatever, even a spiritual authority, and any type of authorities, I think.
Yeah, and the institute, what a traditional relationship looks like. And I think that's why we see a lot of people like who aren't getting married right now. They're like, well, we're married, we're just not married by the state or whatever. So I totally
yeah, living together with somebody is the same as marriage today. You don't have to have a piece of paper, regarding law. So, you're getting off. What is this? What else can you say about how this eclipse energy lasting till 2025? Any kind term ideas of its impacts?
Well, I think just people like we're talking about are going to evolve from these karmic relationships, and the karmic relationships isn't just romantic relationships, it's karmic connections of any kind. So, and also like we're saying on a world scale level, like a lot's changing, and we'll see. Because my prediction, especially Pluto going to Aquarius, and I'm trying to frame this so I don't completely scare people, but like remember, like after World War I, the countries, like the borders weren't the same, and that's what I'm saying. Like, again, like nobody knows like Prussia, like they're like, what the heck's Prussia? What's with the Ottoman Empire? Like, the kids today don't. So that's why I think it's all gonna change. Like, it's the globe and the map, it will absolutely change.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And time is going to go faster. I'm just thinking about Neptune in Aries, Saturn is going to go in Aries, Uranus in Gemini. It's going to be all these huge things are going to happen. It's going to be just more in the air. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. I just don't know. A lot of, let's see. I don't know. I'm excited. 2025, 2026 excites me, to be honest. I don't know. I'm hoping for the best.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Okay, I think we had covered a lot. Thank you everybody for joining. Thank you, Sarah, for doing this with me. It's a pleasure talking to a fellow astrologer
for being flexible, with the time change and everything. I really appreciate it. This was great talking to you. We'll definitely have to do it again.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much. Thanks, everybody. Have a calm and easy week. Stay focused. Peace to everybody. Absolutely. Wish you both. Thank you. Bye. Have a great weekend. I mean, week, not weekend.
Bye. We're ready for the weekend already.
Yeah, yeah.